Just say the evolution of things like community benefit agreements are things that are, were not here 25 years ago. I don't know about if they were, but they're evolving to a place where now they're really almost expected. If you're going to do something inside of a community, a small community, a rural community, a marginalized community, community benefit agreements are a really important part of that.
Can I just say one very quick thing on that is we at Clean Energy Buyers Association have a responsible buying toolkit that we developed in concert with many NGOs in the space, both in the EJ community and in the conservation community, and our buyers. And so there's now a whole toolkit that people can use to work into their request for proposals for new clean power. And so they actually have a toolkit that's very specific about how you would make sure that your project has community benefits agreements or respects local conservation or whichever part of that mix is most important to you and your buying.
Thanks. Step there.
And I would add that at EFI, we've been very focused actually on these issues of community benefits and agreements and workforce issues, equity issues. And I'm pleased to say that we have made substantial progress by hiring away from the Colorado State faculty a very fine person who is leading our efforts in that. And that's a serious comment. But going back to your question, first of all, I will repeat what I said earlier, that the social equity, affordability, security, and clean energy issues are one conversation. And I think that is what, it may not be the most catchy phrase, but it is fundamentally what we need to do. And just to use a different word than Rich used, but the same intent. If we do not build political coalitions across these boundaries, we are not going to succeed. The fastest we can go, not the fastest we'd like to go, that's a fairy tale land. What's the fastest we can go? The fastest we can go is when we build those coalitions. And some don't like to hear it, but that has to include, for example, innovative new companies, but also incumbent energy companies, for example. It's got to include labor, it's got to include, the policymakers, obviously. Many constituencies have to come together. Anytime a step is taken that fractures a coalition or tends to fracture a coalition, that action, I can't say it nicely, is the enemy, because it's slowing us down. If we look at some of the social equity issues, if we do not address those, we have ample examples in the United States and in other countries, like France, for example, where a well-meaning climate policy does not respect the needs of a major group, and it pushes everything backwards. Frankly, France has not recovered from the Gilets jaunes in many ways. So this coalition, inherent with that is a fair amount of flexibility, never losing sight of where you want to go, but recognizing that the fastest way to get there is actually by working across lines and building a coalition. And that's what we have to do. We have to do it for the next 3.5 years, 3.25 years. We have to do it beyond that. And I believe that we are going to reach that, as I said, tipping point, probably extreme weather playing a very, very central role in moving the American public to require their elected officials to do the job.
Those are great remarks, and earlier today, Heather Reams from CRESS, I know you both know, and Tom Stark from California, they come from very different places politically, but they both want the same thing. It was interesting, the theme that emerged, at least in my takeaway, was exactly what you just said, Mr. Secretary, and how we communicate that to particularly political people who tend to get polarized around this is really crucial, and we're at a moment where we have to do that. We have to do it across the aisle. So thank you both for joining me. Please give them a hand.
Thank you.